Anyway, we're getting a bit beside ourselves here. This is a new game that, well, I was about to say just came out, but I don't think it's out yet. It'll be out in a few days, called Execute. Well, let's let the game speak for itself. What are we going to be doing here? Wait a minute. That's what we need. Delete a save. Let's try that again, shall we? There we go. Sets the tone rather handily. Nice clear instructions. Take the entire world's population, reduce it to 0. We'll give it our all. First of all, we need a name of an execution pit, huh? And I think I'll go with what I did in my test save there. We'll call it the Killing Floor Pit, because I do love me the Killing Floor. So, as I best understand, it's an incremental game. There are all these people, and as people do, they keep breeding, don't they? So we start out with fairly primitive tools. We can capture people, stick them in jail. Just one at a time, though. I don't know how this little claw thing operates or what kind of powers we have over humanity, but we'll put them to use. Prepare ourselves a guillotine and get to work. They get executed rather handily, removing the head and destroying the brain and all that. And then we kill people, get rewards for killing more people. But people are also full of blood that we can extract, and for some reason, they're dying with a full wallet, so I'm happy to take their cash. Game about executing everybody should be played in German. That's befitting, but I don't know any German. Well, except enough to say, ein Bier bitte. That's all one really needs to know, right? So, we take their blood and we get their money, but what's a man to do with all this? Well, how about some upgrades? We could increase the amount of guillotines that we have, and that sounds rather good to me, because killing people one by one is slow. You know, people are outbreeding me, and that's not acceptable. Yeah, we got birth per second and kill per second, and we're not killing people anywhere near fast enough. So please give me double the guillotine, please. And I'm going to need a bigger and better jail as well, or else we're never going to be dealing with these people in time. We can use our money to capture more people. We would need grease to capture them faster, or iron to increase the amount that we can hold. That's fine. Well, I hope that's fine. I thought I increased the amount of guillotines. They didn't call it guillotine, because that's too French. They call it Fallbiel. Is that what they say in German? Hold on, do I even have these kinds of options? Language. Take me to the Deutzer. Executed. What could it possibly mean? What is Blut? Einfangen. Oh, I don't like the sound of this at all. Get me out of here. Was Japanese an option actually? Ah, we could have Nihongo. No, thank you though. Let's stick to English. So, lucky us, we can now murder them faster. Well, is it really murder? No, it's just execution. Looks a bit odd and interesting. That's how I thought, Decoy. That's why I pick it up. I'm always interested in interesting games. Who would have thought? Anyway, important note here is now I'm generating the blood and the cash twice as fast. We currently don't have use for blood, but when it comes to me, I've always got room for extra cash. So if I capture them 2 at a time, then it's quite simple. We can just capture 2, imprison 2, execute 2. Double the output, double the fun. Excellent. The problem is the executing is a little bit slow, so hopefully we can improve that. As it happens, we can. We could either get the mine going or the grease going. I want to make the grease first, because that'll speed up the capturing and the execution. What do? We turn the blood into grease. Thank you, Windows 3.11. This takes me right back. I don't know the actual chemical way that you're turning blood into grease, but I'll have to trust that it's working here. We can upgrade the greasy machine itself. We should call it Greasy Luigi. I'm always entertained by that guy who thought we called him Greasy Luigi because he was Italian. That's not at all the case, but it was a reflection on him, not us. Right, now that we have grease, we can capture people faster. But I'm interested in executing people faster, given that seems to be what the real throughput issue is here. So we're going to get more blood, more grease, more fast execution, and more fast capturing. Just everything. Everything should be faster. Render the fat out of the blood? Maybe we're killing Americans. Oh, at that rate, maybe we could render some plastic out of the blood. There we go. That gives us some more blood to make more grease. And more grease for faster everything. It's such a nasty sound. What kind of mind is behind this game? Like, who hurt you, creator? Don't get me wrong, I can get behind this. I would like to capture more people, but I would need more people in there. I also want I want everything improved, right? Do everything faster. I want to get to the point where I can capture about as fast as I can execute. That's more or less there. But then we could simply execute more people. Also, if there's more blood to be had, I want to make more grease. Increase the grease-making speed. Looks like we need iron amongst other things, but go on then. Yeah, more blood, more grease. Well, if we need more, we'll get more. Starting to build up a fairly hefty amount of money. There was talk of the iron. Let's see what we can do with iron. We can do one of my favorite things, which is send people to the mines. Unfortunately, they die over time. So I need to be able to capture a whole lot more people. That means I need jail capacity, which needs iron, actually. So for a little bit, let's focus on capturing people and shoving them into the mines, which makes me wish that my capture time were faster. So let's actually increase that. What are we doing with this iron? I think first and foremost, let's improve the jail capacity. Not enough jail cap to capture faster. Who's paying us to do this? I think the idea is that we're taking the money off of the dead people. You know, every person holds a $5 in their wallet, and we take it off of them when we execute them in the guillotine. And it seems to only be the guillotine that gets us cash when we kill them. So what are we to take? What's the implication here? Oh gosh, that jail capacity does not grow particularly fast. We need to send a lot of people into the mines. And let's capture more people so we get more into the mines. Oh god, I never should have put something about EU5's Naval in the title. People keep asking what it is. It's just buggered, let's leave it at that. I put more details in the forum. So the more people we have in the mines, the faster they get to work. Fine by me, but I need more everything, frankly. Was I able to get any improvements around here with iron? The iron seems to just improve jail capacity. No, that's not entirely true. I can have more blood capacity. Alright, we'll get both of that out of our mines. Which I think we already have, don't we? Yeah, there we go. Excellent, and then we can get back to executing. And it's coming along nice and quickly, or relatively quickly. And I would like to have more guillotines, please. We get paid in fat stacks of gold for killing enough people. 160 is waiting for us. I think there are some better unlocks we could get through that. Yeah, that's the crux of the issue there. Ships aren't actually sinking. They're only getting captured. Well, this is all fine and well, but it's a bit manual and it's not scaling as much as I would like it to. I think we'll take the next batch of cash so we can execute more people at work, but then I want to capture more people. Then we'll have 4 and 4. So it'll be... Oops, I didn't want just one there. And then, of course, take that blood and make some grease. Grease me up. Is it a clicker or idler game? I find the term clicker and idler is not really capturing what goes on. It's an incremental game. Because that's more reflective of the gameplay, in my humble and correct opinion. Right, get another couple batches of executions. And then there we go. Now we capture 4 and execute 4. How about that grease, though? There we go. More capacity for more blood, for more greasing. And we can actually improve the mine as well. I can actually improve work conditions for my people so they don't die so fast. Isn't that nice of me? Alright, get in my bleeding mines. I wonder if I can grease up my miners at all. I need money and I need iron. Ah. Maximum mine capacity. That's for more people, I believe. We can also increase the speed at capturing people. I'm very open to that. Keep making more grease. The KPI raised massively. Yeah, the problem is it stops if I'm not actively executing people. We don't have a way to automate that just yet. Don't really have a way to automate anything currently. Ooh, hang on. No, I thought that was money from the grease, but no, that's money from all these people that I'm executing. Get mining more so I can send more people into the mines so that you can mine more. That's an interesting one. That's self-feeding. So you make more iron to shove more people in to make more iron. Fine by me. I'll even spend money giving them lovely working conditions. Execute more people, cap more people. Getting there on the death goal. Alright, we've got something else available to us. Grab some more grease and check it out. We have the lightning room. What's a better jail capacity? Give me some of that. Alright, can we shock people then? Yeah, okay, there we go. Purchase the lightning room. We can now permanently automate the jail. And that sounds great to me. So we're going to constantly be imprisoning people. I don't need to keep clicking on that. And now we have this thing. So lightning has a chance to strike. It powers up the lightning thing. And then once it's fully charged up, we can burn people to generate heat. And heat is used to automate things. Okay, very, very good. Question is, what would I first want to automate? Could automate the murdering of people, but I wonder if I can automate the way of making heat, all things considered. I would love it if my jail had considerably better capacity, so I really think what I should be doing is... Well, that's quite good. I can automate sending people down the mine. That's more my style. It costs a bit of heat per person you put in the mine. Oh wow, that heat goes away rather quickly. And the charge we get from this thing isn't particularly great. We need money for that. Alright, well, say no more. I know how to get money. Yes, we can use lightning to burn people, and burnt people generate heat. Also seems to generate ash, however that works. Let's not get too complacent on the greasing. Using our blood, we can improve the harvesting of the grease. It's one of the slower things, so it certainly needs to be done faster. Keep the grease coming. Grease itself isn't used for anything here, but the iron... Yeah, I'm pretty happy to automate sending people down the mine, which means I need more heat coming in. Sadly, though, the lightning is... It degrades too quickly, right? So we can slow that down with grease. Improve lightning by throwing money at the air, and then this thing's ready to rock and roll. There we go. So we incinerate the people, and that gives us the heat that, well, would automate the mining better, but it's very expensive to automate sending people down the mines. Very, very expensive, actually. I wonder if there's a better way of using this. Like, could I instead automate executing people. Yeah, that seems to be a lot cheaper in terms of heat. Because I can just go brrrt and throw people down the mines like that. I can also improve the capacity and shove more people in. Output requires dark glass, whatever that is. But yeah, at least with this thing, somewhat automated. I don't know, the heat doesn't come in fast enough. More people need to be shocked. Maybe the trick is to automate the production of heat. That way this thing will at least make itself work automatically. Let's see if that's even a consideration. I'll be fine as long as the jail is full. Keep the grease flowing. Keep the mines full. There we go. Oh yeah, the whole thing works faster now. Excellent. Two heat per press is huge, though. Yeah, it certainly is. It might actually be more than it could even manage. I don't know, it's hard to tell if any... Wait, this thing is probably worth automating, right? Grease is easy to forget about. Not sure I care about people dying too quickly. But I like having more and more people in the mines, generating loads of iron for me, because iron is used for improving my jail capacity, which I'm happy to have more of. It looks like they do, what, 1.1 every time they finish smashing one of these. Somebody always dies when it's finished, and there's the possible deaths. That seems fine. Jail can hold 9 people, but it costs money to keep them coming in. Better keep people executed then. Need more guillotines, need faster execution, and I need more grease. And with all the blood that I'm getting, we can grease faster. Alright, very good. Gotta keep in mind this is how I get the cash, and cash seems pretty important, because now every time that we do a little bit of murdering people, executing people, we're actually getting 25 simoleons, which is not nothing. Need more space in jail here. And I always want more grease. Can we get more cash per death? If we had dark glass, whatever that is, since it's in purple and has an intimidating sounding name, I can only assume that's some kind of meta progression goodness. But gosh, we need to kill a lot more people, don't we? Go on. Oh, here we go. We can kill all 12 at once like this. 12 is surely going to give us decent heat. Yeah, there we go. Although watch it just evaporate. Yeah, because it's auto-greasing, isn't it? Yeah, it certainly is. At least at that value, I feel like this thing should be automated. It's only 2 heat per press and it generates more than it costs. So let's just have this thing automate itself. And increases the maximum amount of people pulled and killed from jail. It can do 25 currently, which is fine. I want to reduce that decay time, because it loses its charge very quickly. I'll go on, let's give that a go anyway. But yeah, what I'm getting at is I want more grease. And of course more money. Just more everything. Can you unlock one of those perm things? Oh yeah, look at this thing's in gold. Alright. But I want to execute more people. Alright, 10 gold. What do you got for me? Prestiging, huh? Keep the gold. Keep the pit upgrades. Keep the get dark glass. Sell your pits. Earn you kills. Yeah, I think we'll stick with where we are right now, or at least for now. Multiply the capture and the jail capacity. How much gold do I even have? Only 50. Multiply the guillotines. Actually, I'm interested in having more people in jail and more people captured. The more people I have to put to use, and the more use I can put them through, so I'm okay with that. Also, with all this grease that we're getting, we should speed everything up. Because we get a good amount of gold from killing people right now. And with all the blood, we can also grease them faster. Yeah, Baron, I decided to cut out the middleman from Europa Universalis. Oh no, they're not working in the mines properly. Get to bloody work. I could improve their conditions. Have them die slightly less often. Alright then, alright. Make me that iron. I clearly need it for the grease. Yeah. You know, I see the animation. It reminds me of old DOS Lemmings. Oh no! Pop. More room for more blood. More executing for more blood. More grease making. What's the point in having that blood if we don't put it to use? And it looks like this thing is automagically grabbing everybody from jail, torching them, and generating more heat. Since I have a surplus of heat, could I automate more? No. Seems like there's a limit on the amount of automation one can have. Alright, very good. But at least that's automating the death goal. I'm happy for that, considering that currently the execution is a manual process. One step away from modded Vicky 2. Don't tempt me with a good time. You know, I tried really hard to like Victoria 2. But Victoria 2 is just such a hostile game. Alright, execution. Let's get even faster. We need German engineering with French ideas. Which is probably far better than the opposite. I stop these people dying so often. I would also like to throw money at the sky. Since we make all of our money off of public executions, maybe we'll invest some of the gold that we'll get out of the 1.5 thousand and then multiply the amount of executions we can do. Because I want that money. See, this thing only goes up by +1, which isn't good enough. Come on, get every... Oh, there we go! More grease machines. Why didn't I consider that? We must channel our inner Luigi. I mean, if you did actually just liquefy an entire human, what would the slurry you get really be? On an industrial use perspective. I don't know. I don't know my biology or my chemistry well enough. Mostly water. Is grease not mostly water? Would it be a greasy water? Seems like our capturing is keeping up to demand quite well, so I'm happy enough about that. More executions, please. More execution for more money. Also make more grease. Yeah, more money and more blood. Let's not forget the blood aspect of all of this. Births are still far outscaling my industrial guillotining going on. I wonder how accurate this is, right? What's that? Births per second. How many births per second are there in the real world? Is it really 4 per second? Feels like it could, would, or should be faster than that, but I don't know. I don't look into these things. My friend probably does, though. He's into all that big picture healthcare sort of stuff. He would probably not be appreciating this kind of game. But that's okay. It's my problem, not his. Getting down the mines. Okay, if chat tells me that it's accurate, then who am I to say otherwise? Alright, the incomes are overall nice enough. But boy, would I like to multiply the amount of guillotines. I just need some gold. So we need to get killing people is the bottom line here. We're automatically killing them with a lightning gun, but we can do better than that. I need to improve the greasing amount, so another couple bits of guillotining should take care of that. What's the video game about? There's not really much of a plot. We've just been told that we need to kill everybody on Earth. I don't know who is providing us with all these guillotines or who's providing us with these instructions, but who are we to question it? All I know is that I must continue to grease. What's a man meant to do with all this grease, though? Let's not worry about that. Well, actually, a bit more grease and we can actually speed this thing up even more. Yeah, maybe we're environmentalists? Or maybe it's Senor Hilter, who knows? Almost tempting to automate this, but again, we can only automate one machine, so I'd rather automate the machine that kills and feeds itself with heat. The downside, of course, is that this appears to be the only way that we make money. I rather like money. Capturing and improved jailing does not seem to be a priority right now, because there's nothing I can really do with more people. They already get captured plenty fast enough. Should I change? Should I improve this in any way? Yeah, sure. Keep them torched, because at least you take care of big lump sums of imprisoned people. But I think with a bit of money and a bit more grease, we should improve the lightning gun. So I'll do just that. Make a bit of money, make a bit of grease, and shove it straight onto the gun. Yeah, it's not often you get the mature audiences warning around here. But this game, yeah. Maybe have a mature mind for this one. Maybe. Alright, keep that grease flowing. Why did I say I wanted it? I said I wanted it to improve my lightning gun. Do not decay, get more charging, get more killing per heat, shove more kids down the mines. Now, we are not doing any kind of discrimination here. Age, race, gender, it is irrelevant to us. Everybody goes in the chopping block. We'll get you a high seat if you need it. And everybody goes into the grease machine. Oh, cribbins, that crunchy noise. It's like preparing a carcass for dinner. Speaking of which, Christmas is coming up. Wonder if I'll do any fancy cooking for Christmas. I do enjoy Christmas cooking. Cooking for one ain't so hot, though. But generally speaking, I enjoy my time in the kitchen. Yeah, the Christmas dinner factory. It'll be Christmas for one at this rate, won't it? Everybody's going to be dead. More blood, faster greasing. Money is a little tight, so let's keep on with the executions. I can somewhat imagine that we're getting paid by audiences coming to see all the execution going on. It's my best guess. Alright, well, we hit that 1.5k, and I'm certain that's where we'll really take off when we can invest gold to multiply some of this output. Although maybe what you're meant to do is prestige quickly, because prestiging gives us rather a lot of gold. We could put that to a hell of a lot of use. Maybe consider it after this. It says we keep the gold, though. And the upgrades, so I'd still get the double on the on this part. It's always a question in these kinds of games, when do you prestige? Not a question that I often have the answer to, because I don't play a ton of these kinds of games. The gold standard for me is Magic Research 2 and Cauldron. Those are my two favorite incremental games. They're excellent, really excellent. Come on, faster guillotining. Yeah, they're all struggling to get out of it as well. Don't worry, I'm sure one of you can break through. It's nice of you to provide the relevant evidence for your inevitable trial for being a mass murderer, Jake. I like to help people out every now and then. Right, the capture amount's not really the concern. Even so, I think I'll improve it. I can even do the speed with a bit more greasing. And if everybody is getting hard to work down the mines, we could do capacity as well. That gets done, the iron comes in, we capture even faster, and we grease them up. Of all things, though, it's this I'd really like to be faster. I mean, when it's automated, how automated is this? It's alright. The problem as it is that I liked having this automated a lot. If only I could automate both of them. But this thing takes its sweet time. That said, with more people in jail and more people to roast, it feels like the output for heat is a whole lot better. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, maybe guillotining is the best thing to automate right now. Although, how does one get more automation? Auto max. Automate another machine for 200 gold. Why, that's all of my gold. I don't like the sound of that. On the other hand, though, we're about to get our $200 dues. And I do actually think that upgrading is probably the next best thing to do. Prestiging, rather, is the best thing to do once I hit that reward. Best to automate seems to be that which requires the most clicking. I think the best thing is the thing that gives me the most useful output. This gives me blood and it gives me cash, which can be used for various things, whereas the lightning gun only gives me heat, right? Sure seems like it. And that heat was really only feeding into itself, but the main thing I suppose it did was it worked on our death goal pretty well. Alright, let's check this one out then. So if I want more automation, but then all of my gold is gone. But if I prestige, we keep the gold. We keep 1,000 gold. Oh, I see. You keep the dark glass purchases, but not dark glass. But we keep the gold, right? Yeah, let's give it a go. Let's sell the pit and see how this goes. Sure. New execution pit. Anyone got a great idea for a name from chat for the execution pit name? I feel it would be a little insensitive to just use someone in chat's name. Oh, the Twitch pit. Alright, there we go. The naval combat pit. No, not quite. Okay, so how does that work out? We keep the death goal. There's a time until the world ends. Ah, the pit that I sold continues working. Oh, okay, so why is the time until the world ends going up? Oh, because births are eclipsing deaths. But it's still adding to the death goal. Oh, that is really nice. Always feels bad when you prestige and you just lose just about everything you had before, but if it still keeps working, I'm happy about that. Anyway, point is I've got fat stacks of cash. For 1,000, for all of my gold, I can get dark glass made out of ash. That's a lot of gold. I don't think I'll do that just yet. But I do want more execution machines. Fallout's not really a thing. Transfer a percentage of your resources to the next pit. Cash? Yeah, no thanks. Couldn't I just get more multipliers then? If I do that... Wow, okay. So we already get triple execution multiplier. Very nice. It's all slow again, though. We got to get those upgrades back. So let's first throw that cash into here. And first things first, we absolutely want to execute more people. It's one-click pairs. This is 6 clicks. Good thing I have autoclicker.exe at the ready. Alright, straight away. Do I want them down the mines? I don't want the grease room. I want both, frankly. This isn't about that. This is what I want. Grease machine, grease time. Alright, well, let's make some grease to begin with. Send a few people down the mines. I certainly want to have more people captured. But I need the mining done for that. What's the gold for? Gold seems to be the multiplicative thing, so gold feels very good. But yeah, I don't get anything done if I don't have the capacity for my people, or the amount of capturing built up, so we're working on all of that. Get in here. Actually, since capturing seems really, really good, I'm actually going to further multiply all of the jailing that we're doing. Because that means I can very quickly get them down the mines to get me the iron, to get me all the other upgrades. Also keep on greasing them up, please. Gosh, you really feel how slow it is, don't you? Get that grease speeding it up, please. Keep that grease flowing. More blood capacity, please. Faster. I said faster. Greasing. Was there not a grease thing here? There's guillotines, there's fallout. Instantly load guillotines and mines and nuke workers. Or a mega guillotine. Well, that's a very tempting sounding thing, so I guess that stops you having to click each time for this. We need more. I also need a much, much better jail capacity, and those people need to get to work building their own jails. Give it the real concentration camp treatment. They build the camp, they guard the camp, they feel an ownership of the camp, to the point where they don't even consider wanting to leave. I still need more iron, so I still need more people down the mines. That means I need a bigger mine. Which, fortunately, all the mining they're doing will give me the access to the iron to improve everything. I'll improve work conditions, right? I don't want them dying on me. Let's grease up the capturing. Make more grease. And I want more greasers to make more grease. Is this a demo on Steam? I don't think so. Like I said, I just got an email that said, hey, there's a game where you can kill everybody. So I thought, well, good enough for me. I want to check that out. Funnily enough, that's the mood I'm in after I have my issues with the EU5 beta. I know it's just a beta. But you can't roll back your game once you're in beta. Your save will just break if you do that. Alright, more greasing. Faster greasing with the next batch of blood I get. And more people down the mines. Sure, I'll improve your conditions while you're at it. Although I probably shouldn't have done that. I need the money to improve the greasing. Yeah, I need $300 dues for that. And I need more blood. Now, blood is certainly scaling nicely for me. You got the lightning thing as well. You're right, I completely forgot about the lightning thing. Let's go and get a full jail. A fuller jail than that, please. Damn, all these dying workers. I need my jail capacity. There we go. Nice full jail. Get them roasted. Better strike chance. Is this what I want automated right now? And I do really, really like this being automated. The problem is it absolutely drains that heat now, doesn't it? That's okay though, I can see to this. I'll improve the strike chance and I will work on my greasing. So the lightning gun becomes quite easy for me to use manually. As long as I have heat, we can keep executing people. Oh, that's right, we can automate two things. Well, this thing absolutely gets automated. I don't care that it costs 2 heat per button press. Wait a second, do I really feel that way? No, I don't. I want auto greasing. Because at least this is just one button that I need to press myself, and if I ever run out of heat, it won't be able to automatically heat itself. So yeah, this is what I should be doing. It feels like I'm on Fulgora. Come on, you bugger. Up to 3 out of 3 and we're good to go. Yes! There we go. Heat to guillotine people, but this absolutely needs to be improved. Yeah, I need a lot more grease. Yeah, having two things automated is really burning through this, isn't it? In that case, send people into the mines. Then we can use the iron to improve the heat output. The heat capacity is out, and more people are pulled from jail to ensure that we get even more, well, just everything, right? I want more everything. I'll help this out a little bit. Because, yeah, once I'm out of heat, this thing really lets us all down. There's something poetic that this, of all games, is the one Jake gets an early copy of. I get a lot of emails saying, hey, here's our game, please check it out. But for some reason, there's been a game that's come out recently that's kind of stopped me looking into lots of new games. How could this have happened? But yeah, now that EU5 is off the menu for a little bit, I went to troll through the mails, found this, and thought, okay, yeah, we're checking that one out. I still have some gold left over. Is there anything I would like to improve at the moment? More guillotines, more capturing. None of this really appeals to me right now. And gold is good. I really need more blood capacity here. Blood capacity kind of stopping a lot of things. Oh, come on, an upgrade called Mega Guillotine doesn't appeal. It's outside of my price range, sadly. Choppy choppy. Maybe automating this is a bad idea. It's incredibly expensive in terms of heat. It's not too difficult for me to just go and press the greasy button myself. But this absolutely should be automated. That's a lot of clicking, and it's a lot of output that I never want to be missing out on. The button trembles in anticipation. We'll get that in due time, though. We can see its kill rate over there, 2.15, so that's covering half of the population growth. I'm satisfied enough with that. There we go, get that blood capacity up. Blood allows me to have better grease time. Why have I not upgraded the mine capacity? The mine really needs to be improved here. Because the mine upgrade works into itself, right? Use more iron to make more iron. Its output requires on some item that we don't really understand just yet. Otherwise, I'll keep manually greasing and... whomph. Keep that grease flowing. So is this private prison? I think it's more public than private. Everybody's welcome. I mean, everybody in the whole world is welcome here. We'll get our next fat reward at the death goal that we're really working our way well towards. Oh damn, I said I wanted to use the iron to improve the iron. I really need to get on that. But you know, I see the button shining and I think, ooh, we should go for this. But it's really, the jail does not need improved right now. Maybe we can prove it anyway. After all, that's more people to torch inside here. Alright, bigger mine, more people, more iron. You know what, I'm okay automating this, making sure that there's always people in the mine constantly generating iron, otherwise it's a very easy thing to forget about. And it's not very expensive on the heat, at least. Come on, get in there. That's more like it. And it generates a healthy amount of heat, used to automate the execution of more people in guillotines, which I don't need to improve right now. For now. Still want to improve my mine capacity, get more people in the mine. I'll make them die less often as well, that way it's less heat being used sending more people down the mine. I can do the manual greasing since that's an expensive button to automate. There must be more efficient ways to kill people. Yeah, I have a feeling we need to unlock them. Yeah, look at this. The ash compressor. I need to get my hands on that. The problem is, this 200 gold with my 500 gold will not get me there. Does that mean we have to prestige again, or is there a better way to work our way up in the world? Come on, kill those people off. Get me that blood. More people. Getting to the point where I think even automating this might not be a bad idea. Because I keep forgetting about it and it does feed into everything. With that, I would need to improve auto-maxing. Could buy even more gold. And then we say this thing should automatically torch people. Get more zapping going in there as well. Yeah, there we go. So now we automate the production of heat and the usage of heat. The only button I really have to press is the greasing people button and any upgrades right now. And I can keep greasing them till the cows come home. Gonna shove more people in jail because there's a 4x multiplier on it, and I think that means more people that get torched alive as well. Capture speed is no big deal. Capture amount isn't worth the money. Keep that grease flowing then. What was locking these anyway? Yeah, 1,000 gold, 1,500 gold, and loads of gold. Yeah, this 200 gold I do not think will cut the mustard. We'll see what the next tier is, otherwise I might be looking into another rousing round of prestiging. Yeah, it's an incremental game tack. Incrementally killing people. Alright, there we go. 10,000 deaths for 300 gold. We sell this for 840. What did I want 1,000 for again? 1,000 for the ash compression. To get our hands on dark glass. Now we're making a lot of ash and we have no use for it. Also chat seems a little... Not sure if chat's a little too big or a little too small, because there might be a lot of important information that still comes here. Yeah, I think I'm somewhat locked out of progression if I don't get the dark glass from that 1,000 gold, but I'm not sure yet. Problem is it feels very hard to scale up the killing from here. Well, is that necessarily true? I can still multiply the guillotines. I do like multiplying those guillotines. No, I think I should save up for my compression here. Arson is more effective in producing ash. I think this is arson enough. Although I wonder how this works, right? You'd have to have some pretty chunky capacitors in here to maintain the energy you get from the lightning. And it is being stored. And Then we put it to use. Yeah, I find the methods here dubious. Who am I to argue, though? I'm the one squishing people into grease. But yeah, this growth rate is not satisfactory to me, and I do want to compress them. I will say the amount that we can get from selling the place is growing, though. Do something with the grease. Yeah, the grease gets used to speed things up, in generally speaking. The greasing itself gets improved with blood, but then you use the grease to execute faster, capture faster. I'm pretty sure it does something here as well. Yeah, it reduces the loss of charge on the lightning machine. It doesn't look like it has any impact on mining, though. I love seeing them mine this out faster, though. Yeah, I think this is growing a little too slow. I'd better sell the pit. Alright, that means I need another name. Once we get a better name, we'll sell the pit, and then we'll work our way towards turning ash into something useful. But we'll still keep the multiplier that we have on... well, everything we've multiplied. The Adelaide pit? The France pit. I wonder, do we get to see all the pits that we've made somewhere? Yeah, I think so, because we've got Killing Floor pit here, and then it'll show us the Twitch pit. The Grimsby pit. Alright, I'm sold on Grimsby. Yeah, sure. I see you didn't remember the Gaelic name for Grimsby. Alright, so it begins. Shove our first people in there. We're capturing, I believe, 4 people at a time. Yeah, it looks like it. Get our money to upgrade some things here. Yeah, grease, iron, etc., etc. I can turn on auto, of course, but I don't have the money for that. Can you auto from the start? I can enable it from the start, but I don't have the heat for it. I would need to first get the lightning room. Oh, but it's already unlocked. Okay, cool. That means it's already storing up lightning. There aren't a lot of people to lightning, though, so it doesn't seem like a good thing to even start doing. Until I have a little bit more resources at hand. Although I can happily grease people up. Yeah, there we go. Get me the grease. I hear Factorio music. Am I dreaming? This game doesn't have music, so I decided Factorio was the right way to go there. Right, I'm curious about the ash compressor. We don't have ash, so I guess we better sort that one first. Let's see, we got the money. I want to capture more people. I want to capture them faster, and I want to send them down the mines. So they can improve their own mines. Jail capacity needs to be improved considerably as well. Maybe that's the first thing I use the iron on. Give me the iron. Oddly enough, you give me 1.1 iron. Yeah, I need considerably better jail capacity. Because the more people you have in jail, the more you torch at once in the lightning room. Hey Jake, how goes the gaming? Oh, gaming is always good. Alright, 16 will do us for now. Get them torched. And then first thing we automate is the torching, so we have plenty of heat. Even though that's not my ideal way of doing things, I'd rather automate this for blood and for... hold that thought. Yeah, for blood and for money. But that's okay, we can automate 3 things, so we simply automate the lightning. Then we automate execution. Of course, I want this thing running a bit better first. Which means we need to add a bit of grease, iron, and money to it. Well, we know how to get those. Get executing. Get greasing. Get mining, of course. Just get everything. Come to think of it, why don't we just automate this thing already? Grease is such an expensive thing to automate though, which is why it's not my favorite thing to automate. We'll certainly automate getting the iron. There we go. Then all I need to worry about is making sure that we have enough heat, which we don't. No, we absolutely don't. And making sure that the grease remains flowing. Yeah, I need to go and press that button myself. How about Dark Young's daycare? But the game's a little bit dark for me to throw people's names in non-consensually. I know people in chat are monsters and they don't understand such thought processes. So I do my best to help you understand that. Alright, come on, this needs to be better. We must be better men. We must be better men turned grease buckets. You know, I don't even know what the whole Dark Young murdering children thing is all about. Clearly something he did in a game, but I don't know what game. And I didn't witness it myself. Alright, more blood, more grease, better lightning. I'd like to have much better lightning. Get to it. Because yeah, the heat really needs to sustain itself. Yeah, so that money is going to better strike chance, and the grease is going into slower decay. Frostpunk, actually, you can imagine how he managed it. Oh, well, if it's alleged, what, did he shove the kid into the generator? That's one of the go-to ways to knowingly murder the children. Jail capacity still needs to be better. We need to torch more people at once. But there we go, a nice influx of heat. But it needs to be better. It needs to be so much better. More grease, less decay. More blood to make grease. Yeah, we could test out the ash machine. Sure, let's improve the execution amount. I worry about that heat though, it disappears so quickly and it does not replenish very quickly. Guess I'll improve the capture time, maybe spend some money on capturing more people at once. That way we can be certain that we have the people to put into the shocking device whilst we check out the ashes. I mean, we could maybe watch the... oh, too late. Right, how does this go then? Turn 4 times 10 ash. That's a lot of ash. Okay, so I need to use 10 ash 4 times and then I can make a dark plate, and dark plate is used for permanent upgrades. Well then, sounds like we need to get going with more lightning. Which does now seem to be paying for itself. Excellent. In that case, you better believe I want more greasing. Costs 6 blood, but to have more blood, we need more iron. I really need to improve the iron. Shove more people in there, make them die slightly less often. A lot less often. That's really just a saving on heat, isn't it? But a saving on heat is fine by me. 50% chance a miner will die, and it's 100% chance when they finish doing some mining as well. The execution continues. It goes very slowly, by the way. So my grease economy needs to be improved. And why rely on jails? Is there an upgrade to just grab people from the street? What do you think's going on? Where do you think these grabbers are going to get their people? Onto another grease machine. And I would like to speed up the grease making. Oh, well, there we go. We've got the blood for it. Excellent. Keep it all flowing. Now I can save up my gold for more of these things, or I could invest in a multiplicative upgrade. But I think I will do the saving up. Maybe not prestige quite as quickly as I've been doing so far. Come on, miners, make me more iron. I want that sped up considerably. Mostly so I can invest it in more mining. You know, it's just like RGO expansion in EU5, which is totally what I want to be doing. I loaded up my Mori save and I just looked at it for a while. I wasn't even playing, I was just looking at what I had. And when I thought about all the RGO expansions I could do, especially producing goods in the new world and then bringing them back and selling them for profit, I got a feeling of excitement deep down that was very reminiscent of the excitement I used to feel as a child in the approach to Christmas. So let that contextualize how much I'd rather be playing EU5 if the patch was actually working. But this is a nice stopgap. I rather enjoy this. It seems a very neat and self-contained incremental game. Getting close to being able to get that dark glass. Yeah, you better believe I've got my eye on that ash. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and more food for us. I need to stay on top of my greasing, though. Oh, I ran out of heat. Actually, would you look at that? We don't actually have the capacity here. Increase maximum pooled people from jail and increase heat capacity. That is something we need to do. It doesn't mention how many people get pooled, does it? I'm not sure if it does, but we absolutely need to have the heat economy going. Meanwhile, keep greasing. Yeah, my worry is if I run below 2 heat, I can no longer generate more heat. The dangerous thing about automating this device. There we go. Keep them coming. Hey, right. Hopefully that can fuel itself for a while. I will improve its charging. Although it costs a ludicrous amount of grease to make it decay slower. And let's get compressing. Lots of grease to speed it up. Increase the dark glass output by spending dark glass. Huh. Does that mean our first dark glass should be put towards making more dark glass? Increase the amount of ash compressions with uranium. Well, we certainly don't have that. Now, where does it show our dark glass? Okay, adds onto the list. You can't see it because it's covered by chat, but it's just one, so if I immediately invest it into doing that... Oh, wow. So instead we make 3 dark glass. Well, that sounds like an extremely useful use of it. Make more of itself before I spend it on other things. Okay, very good. Okay, good. The shocking of the jails is definitely producing a net positive on heat, leaving me safe to go and expand other things, like the number of guillotines. Yeah, there we go. I think I just doubled the guillotine output. And we might as well grease them up so they go considerably faster. And more of them, of course. And the dark glass can give me even more money out of them. Okay, good, good. Seems like dark glass is the real leveraging effect. Have to be wary, though, because expanding that does mean that the heat consumption goes through the roof. So let's make sure that we burn more people. Let's make sure more people are mining as well. With the next $600 dues, I would really rather like to expand the grease production. Actually, blood capacity needs to improve. And that way I can grease better. This man hates greasing. Oh, I love greasing. That's why I do it manually. That said, when I did my run through of Super Mario Bros. 2, Luigi was not my main. Oh, actually, this is fun. We're actually running out of people. We need to capture people faster, a lot faster, capture more people at once, and have more space in jail. Good, good. Continue greasing. Yeah, I wouldn't mind automating the greasing as well, because it's kind of slow and something I need to do manually. But on the flip side, it's very, very expensive on the heat to do so. And whilst I'm making a positive here, I'd like to ensure that we stay making a positive here. Yeah, well, yeah, there's things I can do to aid that. There we go. It's like a 50% improvement on the lightning we've got from base. Next batch of dosh is to make sure that our jails are completely full. And let's go and make some more dark glass. If I had more grease, and I'm always interested in more grease, we can make this very slow process go 20% faster. Very nice. Come on, keep with the greasing. One more rousing round of that. And then I really don't see why I wouldn't just put more dark glass into making more dark glass. The upgrade of +2 is pretty huge. And it's not like I'm having trouble generating ashes right now. How much heat for the auto-ashing? 3 heat per. I think that's worth doing. Is it really? Because this is... the ashes seem to pile up to an arbitrary number. So I can just come over here and do this. It's very important that the heat stays high enough that it can automatically create more heat. I think I'd rather improve the mines right now. Oh, now I definitely want to start using the dark glass for that, don't I? No, don't be tempted. The best thing right now is to use dark glass on making dark glass. Surely. 2 dark glass to upgrade all incoming dark glass by 2? Why, I'd be a fool not to do that. Yeah, auto-greasing certainly holds an appeal, though. Although that is also very expensive to do. Grease is useful for speeding up everything. And just make sure that we always have our jails completely flooded with people, though. The money is really flooding in, though. I like the sound of that. And look at what happens when you employ 45 people in the mines. The sheer output. And it can still be improved. Throw another... what was that, 14 more people I just shoved in there? This scales really rather nicely, doesn't it? Curiously, what's my pit worth these days? Only 1,000. That's pretty much what we got for the last one. You're beating births, finally. Oh, I like the sound of that. Okay, so now the countdown for the world ending is actually going down. So what's that? Seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, years. Honestly, 45 years until the world ends, that sounds pretty good. That means I'll live long enough to see it. I mean, I intend to live a very long time, so even if that said 145, I'd still be ambitious about outliving it. Come just in time to see people get annihilated and pretty much capping out my heat. Excellent. Since this thing is very important to actually work a lot, I am keen on making it a priority investment. Bah, you want to live a long life? A very long life. And I want to make it everybody else's problem. You telling me I didn't do this already? Oh, of course. It's absolutely shoveling out dark glass for me. But it's starting to get very, very expensive to upgrade. So at this point, I think I'll start upgrading other things with my beloved dark glass. Because now we're going to get 9 of the things. Maybe the last person you execute is yourself. That would be fitting. None of this costs dark glass, does it? No, no. We use dark glass for other nefarious things. Alright, what can be improved here? Cash output costs 8 dark glass. 8? That's huge. I don't recall it costing 8 first time I checked it. This is more like it. I want more iron. Like a lot more iron. Get more charge per strike. Get more heat per person. 30% or 15%. None of this costs dark glass, right? I do like the idea of getting more money, though. Money makes the world go round, even in this messed up situation. But look, now it says it costs 8. Didn't it say it cost 10, or am I going insane? It's possible I'm going insane. I wouldn't put that past me. It was 8 before. Okay, then I am going insane. At this point, I'm starting to think we could automate the greasing. Looks like we're going pretty damn well on the heat. So, wow, I've got a lot of iron. Who would have thought? More iron then. And more iron for more iron. Oh, look at him go! It's like I've got Factorio heavy mining drills. Oh, I'm happy about that. Yeah, and we're looking really good on the heat here. Actually, jail needs to be improved, doesn't it? That's okay. Such a thing can be done. The executions also need to be improved greatly, but that's fine. We compress. And we're going to... Oh, I don't have the gold for this. It's okay, once we kill 25,000 people, we'll get another influx of gold. Now we'll automate the greasing. Can hold a lot more blood. I can speed up the greasing when we fill that up. Yeah, the blood capacity was laughably low, but we had the iron to fix that. Heck, we still have the iron to fix that. Iron is flooding in. This is like playing Zetlas of Catan. And we have more stone than we know what to do with. Yeah, I want even more grease. Keep the grease flowing. Because grease allows me to capture faster. It allows me to do everything faster. And currently I'm eyeing up executing people faster. In fact, we'll do exactly that. Could even have more guillotines. But yeah, I want the dark glass so that I can make more money off of executions. Is always used for money. Not only that, but more guillotines is more killing, brings us closer towards the goal, and then when we hit that goal, we can automate. Well, I mean, look at the super magnetic extraction we could do. Extracting iron, gold. Wait, extract gold from blood? Oh, maybe I should be saving up for that. Okay, that does sound appealing, right? Considering gold is one of the few things I can't actually produce. Okay. As much as I'd love to automate the greasing, I think we'll save up for that. Might mean we have to prestige again, although I'd rather not. I'll concede that prestiging in these kinds of games is not my favourite thing to be doing. Uranium from blood? We must be in Bangladesh. Oh, there must be some logical explanation as to how we're getting uranium from blood. Alright, more dark glass. Start getting me the cash. Now this 25% seems to be compounding, so if I get another 13 dark glass, and I can do that, I think it'll get us 25% on that 25%. And it's worth noting that we keep that when we prestige. Will there be something to increase births? What desperation of the human race. They're trying to outbreed me. Man, there is something to be said about automating the greasing at this point. And then again, if I simply have more money, then it means just spending some time here will generate a lot more grease. Yeah, there we go. Spend that grease, make this ash considerably faster, please. And another 9 dark glass. Bring me the cash. So it goes from 6.25 to 7.81. That does sound pretty compounding to me. That's some very welcome cash, which I can actually use to increase the amount of guillotines and the speed at which they go to make me even more money. And blood on top of that. We know what blood is. Although, to be fair, I've only killed, not even 20,000 people, so what am I? I'm 1/1000th of the Chinese Civil War. Don't ask me which one. Taiping one? I think 20 million people died there. Gotta be ambitious, right? That's the slogan for EU5. Okay, I have an ambition that the naval bug gets fixed before Christmas. Some key is bringing up that apparently we all have very low amounts of uranium inside us. Well, that's why we need very powerful magnets to go and get it. Sadly, though, those very powerful magnets cost a very powerful amount of gold, so I am thinking I'm going to have to prestige to get that. On the plus side, we keep the dark glass upgrades, right? We don't keep the dark glass, but we keep the purchases. So what I should probably do is make as much dark glass as I can right now, buy all the dark glass upgrades I can get my grubby little hands on, possibly including the efficiency upgrades. Yeah, actually that does sound good. How much more is needed to improve this? 30. Alright, I'm just going to spend all my ash and then prestige. Because I'm very interested in getting my hands on magnetic extraction. Think about it, the uranium could be used to get more ash compressors. Yeah, maybe the Eastern Orthodox Christmas. So it'll be fixed by January. 1.1 is slated for February. I do not want to wait till February for Naval to not be a steaming heap of garbage. And make no mistake, right now it is absolutely that. Could the next pit be YouTube scrubs? You think they're so toxic that we'll be getting uranium out of their blood? Possibly. I don't need to wait on this reward to do the... what's the term? To do the prestiging either. More greasing. More grease, Your Majesty. What's wrong with naval? I haven't kept up. Well, in short, in naval combat, you don't sink ships anymore, you just capture them. If you purposely make yourself have a weak fighting force to drag out a battle, then you can kill them, but if it's one of those, you're stronger than them, so you instantly resolve it battles, it just lasts forever against zombie fleets because they don't die. Which is quite horrible. If it doesn't get fixed, then I might look into some kind of mod that fixes it. Maybe there's some kind of issue that's causing them to auto-resolve and then you need to stop the auto-resolving. I just don't want to do that, right? This issue's been in the game for about a week. Why is it not fixed? It's the kind of thing I'd expect, immediate fixing for, given that they broke it in this update. But maybe I'm just being fussy. Anyway, you can't see it because of chat, but actually, what if I change chat to be not opaque, but not opaque? Well, that's kind of even worse, right? You can't really see anything under it. So you're just going to have to take my word on the amount of... the amount of dark glass that we have. Hello, how many are dead? Only 22,000. Nowhere near where we should be. We need to be more ambitious than that. Okay, let's get our last batch of upgrades here. I love the cash upgrade that we get here. Not actually... What else could even be done with our dark glass? Ah, mining. Ah. More charge per strike. A lot more charge per strike. I like more per strike. Alright, that's got to be good enough for me. How much are you willing to sell me my pit for? $2,000 dues. That allows me to get one more Automax. And it allows me to get the supermagnetic extraction from blood. Although the nukes look rather expensive. Alright, let's do it. Keep the gold. Well, it's not a lot of gold, but sure. And somebody wanted this to be the YouTube Scrubs, if I could type today. The YouTube Scrubs bit. Alright, back to where we were. Shove them in and get them executed. At least we get the bonus to the dosh straight away. And don't worry, those old pits of ours are still working. We can see them here. 2.15, 3.53, 8.62. We are hopefully going to be eclipsing the birth rate. Yeah, because these ones are still working, so that's fine by me. In this game, are you human or a god or something else? It's not really explained. As best I understand, some vast synthetic intelligence has ordered us to murder everyone on Earth. And we're just, you know, going along with it. Census data leaked. I wonder how much attention this would be attracting. Hushed talks in markets. I haven't even been paying attention to this. So yeah, people are getting a feel for what we're up to. Well, far from my concern. Shock some people. Capture more people. Get people working in those mines, please. I think the trick is to get lots and lots of iron, frankly. Because iron goes into making more iron. And iron has a use for everything. There we go. There was our bonus gold. Let's just get this unlocked before I forget. Although I imagine it's not something we can really use right now. Costs 50 dark glass for resource yielding. Oh, this is complicated. Let's get everything up to scratch first. Fallout level low. What? Fascinating. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to spend my iron on. I want to spend my iron on more iron, please. Yeah, this means I can make a very, very large jail very quickly because of the rate at which I get my iron. But what I really need to be doing... Yeah, maybe I should start by greasing people a little bit. I need to be killing more people. It's the source of our cash after all. I'd love to automate it, but it's not much of an option right now. Oh, this is nice. So the iron also goes towards torching more people here. So I think I can automate this immediately. Oh yeah. Okay, that is super sweet. In that case, I need to fill in for my lack of people here. So we need to grease more people so that I can speed up the capture time, so that I can have more people to execute. Also more grease for faster executions. Capture rate too slow. I know, I'm working on it. We have the ×4, so there's a good leverage effect on this. And because we have extra money coming in, that makes this easier as well. Torch them, get the heat, and that heat will allow us to automatically execute people. More of them and faster, of course. A lot more capacity for blood. And then spend the blood on faster greasing, and then make the grease. And then in an ideal world, I can automate that as well. Yeah, I really want to automate the greasing this time. I know it's expensive, but when is it not? And then I also want to spend some money on making sure this thing can work better. Alright, there we go. It's very, very important to make sure that the heat can sustain itself. And of course it's slightly chance-based, but that's okay. Just don't decay so much. Strike better. Torch more people. We don't have any dark glass, we'll work on that. In fact, we're working it right now. Because we kept the upgrades to this, so we're going to make 9 dark glass off of this. Lovely. If we drop the global population enough, BPS should decrease, not increase. You would think so. I think this was slightly higher before, but... You know, there's what, 8 billion people in the world. 28,000 is just a statistical blip. Alright, need to capture people, more of them, and faster. Otherwise, we're not going to have enough people to burn for ashes or for heat. Yeah, there we go. Get them shoved in there. Capture them faster. Capture more of them. Grease them up. These guys are being executed far too slowly. That needs to be sped up, and we need more of them. When I say more, brother, I mean more. Okay, Stalin. Grab the eraser. This doesn't need to be automated, but I would like it automated. You know what? If I want it automated, we get it automated. We will auto max. Yeah, because this is way outside of my price range. But what about Mega Guillotine? So tempting. Oh, I should have done a pit resource transfer for the next one. Dang it all. Yeah, I could have kept my cash, iron, and grease. Would have been a nice boost for the next prestige. Alright, well, I'll grab some of it for now so I don't forget. Grease them more. Grease them more. A lot more. Capture more people. Alright, great. Now let's get ashing. So I've automated you. I didn't automate you. Not sure if this needs automated, but I will. If I say iron is important, I can't then not automate it. And the heat is looking okay. But only okay. I want it to be better than okay. I want it to be tremendous. Beautiful, unique, and godlike. Right now, Jake is probably still in the range of reducing homelessness and decreasing unemployment. Yeah, so a net benefit for the world. Yeah, ultimately, I definitely will be a benefit for the world. Just not humanity. Do I still want to have more efficiency going? I think I do. I don't know when this will fall off as a good idea, but... Not yet. Also, that's very expensive to automate the dark glassing, which is a shame because it's really, really slow to do. Well, no, it'll be pretty fast to do once we get ridiculous amounts of grease. And I'm working on the ridiculous amounts of grease. As long as I don't run out of heat, everything's okay. We're running out of heat. We have run out of heat. Alright, I think part of the problem is that my jail is too small. Yeah, there we go. How about just triple the amount of people in jail? Also capture them a lot faster. That way when this thing is ready to rock and roll, it will get a ton of heat. Yeah, how much is a ton, though? Okay, that's pretty decent. Pretty darn decent. Let's make sure we stay on top of things, though. Mass production? Ridiculous. What does he say after that? One masterpiece is enough. This is pretty great. So great, in fact, that we have more people in jail than we can even torch at once, so... Because I stay on top of my vast amounts of mining, although I should stay on top of it even more. And then we can increase the capacity and woomph. Go from 20 odd heat to 62. Excellent. Yes, get me more heat per person. I still want this to be faster, though. Oh, well, we can do that, actually, can't we? I reckon that minus 20% is also multiplicative, so it's actually less and less good each time. On the other hand, I'm always happy to be having more grease. A lot more grease. And actually, at this point, I think what I need is a lot more execution going on, because I want more money, and I want it going faster. More grease. Like that money just pouring in. From where does the money come? It's important that the executions do not get in the way of my zapping of people. But that's all the more reason that we need to grab more people. A nice buffer on capacity, speedier grabbing, and of course more money. Excellent. 40 grease to speed this up. Wouldn't so much more grease mean less money? No, wrong grease. You must be thinking of North Macedonia. I'm happy to see the amount of deaths going up and up and up by the tens rather than the ones. Of course, next up it needs to be growing by the hundreds and the thousands and the tens of thousands. Almost to the point where I'm willing to look into magnetically grabbing uranium and gold out of people's bodies. Yeah, because if I can get the gold, then I can automate this. And I'm very interested in automating it now that we are very positive on the heat production. Alright, one last chunk of dark glass. Clunk, an additional 15 of them, man. Man, that is nice. Okay, tell me about the supermagnetic extraction. 90% chance to give me 15 iron. Oh, that's not really relevant. 5 uranium is a 10% chance. It costs heat and grease. And I just said that we are looking good on that. Slider charges the magnet. It uses heat. Alright, I'll just charge it up to full then. It just gave me 15 iron. Is this... Oh, I see. I just charged it up with 5 loads of blood. So what does this thing do? Ah, yeah, there we go. I don't want iron. I want gold. Why would I want iron out of this anyway? Increase the amount of times that it can be turned up. After 5 upgrades, it becomes infinite. Alright, sure. Take all the blood you need. For 50 dark glass, increase the amount of metals gained during extraction, increasing heat and grease cost. That certainly doesn't sound like my problem. So it just stops me having to keep raising this. But the iron cost is through the roof, so clearly we need people to mine more iron for me. I do like that iron output. I mean, I love that iron output. Alright, let's speed up the grease. Let's slightly improve the efficiency here, and then I guess I'm shoveling my dark glass into iron production. Meanwhile, the grease goes into speeding this up. I assume you wanted to do iron so you can leave the hand mining in the dust. Oh, no. I want to keep the hand mining going because this mine output scales up nicely. Gold, on the other hand, I can't get my hands on. Normally. On the other hand, there's something to be said for taking iron so that I can auto-amount higher faster. But I'd rather get the gold so I can get the gold progression things faster. Because I can spend other resources on improving this. Oh, including iron. How nice. Yeah, how much is it going to take to automate this, actually? Automation maxing is going to cost 1.6 thousand gold, so we still have a ways to go there. But we'll get a good bit of the way by killing another 10,000 people. Does having gold income increase the pit value? I don't know about this value or what it's based off of. Maybe it's kills per second. Which makes a world of sense. Alright, alright. Come on, give me that mining output. Oh, yeah. That's what I like about the mine. The mine feeds into the mine. Dunk, 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 dunk. It also kills people. You know, it kills people faster than the starting guillotine did as well. I don't think I really care about improving their lively conditions. That's just a tiny saving on heat. At this point, I can certainly improve the capacity here. I can improve the speed at which we get people. And I want still more money. So let's guillotine more people. Let's guillotine them faster as well. The cash output multiplier is asking a bit more than I should probably be going for right now. The greasing, on the other hand? Yeah, grease is something I always want tons and tons more of. Especially now that there's an ongoing cost for it. More blood capacity, please. Like a lot more blood capacity. That way I can improve greasing time considerably better. And shove in another auto-greasing machine. Very good. It's kind of a shame that we're pouring blood into it. It would be kind of cool if you were just putting people into this. It'd be visually a bit more pleasing. This game's going to get put on lists. It's actually becoming a point where I want people executed, not really so much for the money anymore, but I need the blood. Because again, blood now has this ongoing cost, quite a big ongoing cost. Which means I need to use the money made from guillotines on more guillotines, also faster guillotines. Come on. Another new fat stack of cash, another new fat stack of 39 guillotines. Actually, I mean, we could multiply the amount of that, couldn't we? It's only 200. I know I want that gold for automation, but what if we just kill more people faster? Yeah, there we go. Perfect little space there in the bottom right for another fat stack of guillotines anyway. Need to pay attention to keeping this working just fine as well, though. Oh, wow, this thing can just empty my jail now. Current maximum amount of people that we could fry at one point, 586. Well, I don't think we'll be running out of heat anytime soon. As long as this thing can stay charged fast enough. Why did that give me so much less than I expected? Is it because my jail isn't full enough? Yeah, I'm starting to think I actually need to capture more people. Increase the maximum amount of people pooled, also increases the maximum heat capacity. Maybe the heat gain per person needs to be improved. Okay, overall I think this thing needs to be improved. Just got to stay on top of my heat pretty badly. And that can be helped with dark glass. Yeah, it's definitely chopped people going into the grease machine. Looks like we tear them apart like a carcass and then shove them in there for grease extraction. You're not filling the cage of prisoners, that's why it's not yielding as much as expected. Yeah, I can see that jail isn't growing fast enough. I'm going to work on it, though. We need to improve both the capture time and the capture amount. We could also go to the jail multi. It's really expensive, but sure, I'll do it anyway. Let's make sure that we're getting that gold, please. Yeah, the jail capacity isn't that important right now. It's the amount that I capture and the speed at which I get them that matters right now. Come on. Ooh, we actually got our first dose of uranium. We got 5 of them. The thing is, do I even have a use for uranium? Currently. Build nuclear warheads using iron and uranium. Launch them to eliminate mass population and cause nuclear fallout. I don't want nuclear fallout. That hurts all living creatures. I'm just here to kill the humans. Yeah, jail is just not filling up fast enough. We need more grease and more money. And more of a multiplier on here as well. The problem is, I can't really extract grease much faster, can I? No, that's not true. Grease making time can be reduced by investing blood. And iron can be used to increase capacity for blood. Considerably at that. And then, of course, the money goes into greasing more. Because heat certainly doesn't look like it's a problem. You can upgrade the ash processing with uranium. Ah, well remembered. Yeah, 20 uranium to increase the amount of ash compressors. That's pretty huge. Oh, I want that pretty badly. And I still want it to be a bit more efficient. And although I'd love to grease this up, I really need to grease up my capture time. The jail is just not filling up enough. Work faster, numbnuts. See, I'll improve work conditions for you. That's how nice I'll be. Alright, 15 uranium. Yeah, having another one of these seems like a huge boost for us, doesn't it? Capture time is getting ludicrously expensive, though. But that's okay. The amount that we're getting out of torching them is certainly being taken care of right now. I think right now I need to get on top of the gold and the uranium for this. I could actually improve the auto amount considerably, but the dark glass for resource yield? I wonder about that. Dark glass will double in output once I grab the amount increase. What's the bottom right window displaying? The bottom right window? Which bottom right window? I mean, this is showing everybody getting captured and being shoved into jail. Under chat, there's not really anything. Well, I can show you though, can't I? Bloop. Just shows dark glass and uranium. Which is ultimately not that relevant. I mean, I could squish chat way down, but then we don't really see chat. And I do like seeing chat. How about putting chat in the capture machine? I like seeing them going dangling down at the capture machine, though. You're kind of right, though. I mean, it's not relevant information, is it? Alright, good enough. It's actually making the little blue bits above it a bit distracting, so there we go. Let's fill that up as well. Make it transparent so it looks like chat's getting grabbed. It sounds like it'd be annoying. Alright, now we can speed this up. I think we don't want even more efficiency here at this point. But what was I wanting to use my dark glass on at this point? Was it yet more iron? And I love lots and lots of iron. Yeah, iron allows me to have a bigger jail. Gosh, they're going like mad. Kind of a shame they don't really die down there either. But huge amounts of iron's useful. Dark glass for more uranium. Oh yeah, the resource yield I wanted to improve. Well, bang goes that. Going to compress further. So okay, someday we'll get that 5 uranium so we can do some upgrades. Ah, but with all the iron, I can put this even higher. Excellent. Do it faster. Do everything faster. Die for me. Ah, there we go. Now we got our 20. Double the dark glass, because we're certainly no short on ash. Now we're making great big fat stacks of dark glass now. To the point where spending a bit on efficiency might not be too bad. I think you talked about uranium yield, we didn't commit to anything. Yeah, well, now we absolutely shred out the dark glass, relatively speaking. There's a really nice gold reward coming up. What did I want the 1500 gold for? I think it was automating one more thing, right? Yeah, 1600 to automate the ashing, which I really do want automated. Come on, more. Next batch goes into uranium. Nice satisfying animations and sound effects to this. I'm pretty satisfied. Alright, more, and then more. What did that actually do? It just doubled the amount that we get. Well, I say just, that's pretty huge. And soon I can automate this fully. Yeah, we're actually getting very close to everything being fully automated, which is a nice feeling. I just need to reach 1600 gold, either through killing another 40,000 or so people. 35k. Or extracting it out of people's blood. I wonder how much gold's in people's blood. Probably not enough to make it a good idea to extract from, but if you're getting to the point where you are harvesting people like this, you might as well get everything you can out of them. And hell, I watch Schindler's List. Give me more, and then give me even more. Downside, of course, is an increased cost of heat and grease. Yeah, we can get there. 0.2 milligrams on average per person. I have a feeling it'd be quite expensive doing the extraction, though. And you might get more value out of everything else in the body. The thing is, if you're harvesting people at this kind of rate, who's going to pay you? Well, I guess whoever's paying me for doing all of the executions, I can have a word with them. There we go. And now the amount we get out is pretty damn good. 50 gold, 25 uranium. How are those mines going? I would say never fast enough. Mine more! Oh gosh, well, I'm getting to the point where I actually need more people captured and faster. Also wonder, could we improve the guillotining at all here? Mostly through dark glass, and that's not a bad idea, actually. Money is becoming a bit of a problem. Everything's costing a lot of money, and we haven't really been scaling up our production of cash. Jake, we're not capturing enough. No, it looks like we're capturing fine. The issue is that when this thing's ready to go, it kills a lot of people. Ooh, I never bothered investing in this, did I? More charge per strike, more heat per dead person. Okay, there's just no end of the uses of dark glass here, so I certainly want this automated. And with all this uranium, we can do more. And yeah, well spotted, we can automate the ash now. Get me into the pit, get me one more automaxer, and then automate this. Costs a huge amount of heat to automate, so we need to make sure that this thing's working fine. So the first usage of our dark glass should be on ensuring that we get a lot more heat per person. Look at it fall. Lots more heat, lots more charge per strike, so this thing can operate constantly. And this thing's actually becoming a really, really good way of getting deaths per second. Kills per second. Outstripping the births by a good long time. Reduce the decay. Increase the strike chance. Bigger jails. Okay, this thing is not fully automated yet, and it won't be until I have huge amounts of iron. There is an idea to switch it to making me iron instead of gold. It does make rather a lot of iron after all, but since we already have that automated, I'm not too fussed about it. One, but it's not just one because the mining output is damn good. Ah, what a satisfying sound of progress. Yeah. Get to work. I think we had 10,000 deaths at the start of this pit. I'll believe it. This is a really good pit, though. Certainly not selling it. Not anytime soon. I'm sure we'll have to at some point. You always reach that point where you really can't meaningfully grow faster. Gain a small amount of uranium randomly when mining, but mining will become much more deadly. That sounds like a win-win-win to me. Instantly load guillotines, mines, and nuke workers. Nah, getting uranium sounds useful. On the other hand, multiplying more guillotines and more jailing also sounds good, and I can get both of those right now, so there we go. Capture more people, capture them faster, shove them in a bigger jail. And now becomes the problem of grease. Grease is difficult to scale. Generally speaking, you need the money. Although, I guess I also have loads of blood for this. Five upgrades, infinite, so full automation. It just costs 5.4 thousand iron, so we'll let the iron chill for a little bit while that happens. Yeah, heaps of uranium. What was uranium used for again? It was the ash production, was it not? Yeah, there we go. More. Oh, we're actually hurting on the ashes now. That's not a big problem to have, really. That just means that we should kill even more people. You know, is that really a problem? Honest to goodness, I would say no. Yeah, how much ash does this even give us? We go from virtually no ash to 170 odd ash. No, however will we get more iron? However. Is this thing ready to be fully automated? In a little bit it is. Give me more gold, more uranium. Gosh, that gold that I just spent all of came back pretty quickly. Leads me to wonder what should next be invested into. I think I'll try my hand at uranium mining next. Alright, yeah, if I'm saying cash is a problem, I can't then not invest in getting more cash. Faster chopping is also more cash, and more cash invested in more guillotines is also more cash. Yeah, who in the world is paying me for this? It's also worth noting it costs a lot of heat to be doing all of these. But we're on top of that. Alright, we've got the iron. I see, that was only the fourth. The true automation comes at 16,000 iron. That's okay, that stuff is growing rather rapidly. But my issue right now is with the ash. We just don't have the ash. How do we deal with that? With lots and lots of iron. I have a lot of iron. Well, it's funny the way that works. Wonderful. Well, I would dare to say we just solved that problem rather rapidly. Now the ash is flowing in. That means a dark glass will flow in. My jail is emptying out. Costs ludicrous amounts of money to grab more people. Costs a ludicrous amount of grease to speed up the capturing of people, and the incremental increase is minimal now. So we're getting grease locked is what I'm hearing. Yeah, grease increasing slow. I know. It's difficult to boost it though. I can add another grease machine. If I increase my blood capacity, I can use it to increase the grease making speed. But blood is now used for a lot of things. We automatically turn it into grease, and it also has the metals extracted from it. Troublesome, real troublesome. I think one of my main issues is it's hard to scale up the grease. There's no pit option here for greasing up, is there? Although I suppose guillotines is more blood, but we're still limited on only doing it faster or having more of them. There's no multiplier thing here. Which is a bit of a shame. That grease is needed in vast quantities. Use the blood? Yeah, we're using all the blood we can here. I suppose the idea is more guillotines to make more blood. And that way we can reduce the grease making time. Alright, so ultimately we have to go for more guillotines, but ultimately that's very, very expensive. And leveraging effective cash output does not get us more blood. Oh gosh, I think we're struggling to get the people now to shove into this. Try setting the magnets to iron for a bit, but I want the gold. I think the gold is very important because it gives us multiplicative scaling. Plus I want my uranium mine. In fact, we're about to get our uranium mine. Show me the money. You're not showing me the money. Maybe it gave me uranium instead. It is actually giving me uranium instead. Come on, stop rolling 10% for me. There we go. You don't even need the uranium. It's not about needing. It's about wanting. Diggity, 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 diggity. There we go. So now the time until death has come way down, but we actually have uranium income. Mining output does not improve uranium output. But we still get it flowing in. Actually flowing? It doesn't really flow, does it? Where's the uranium? Yeah, it doesn't come in all that often. Sire, the jailers are looking empty. Are there no poors? I guess we're running out of poors to harvest, aren't we? Kills per second is going up nicely, but the capture time just can't scale very well. Nor can the capture amount. That's all the more reason that I need to do the jail multiplier. So we need yet more gold. And money, of course. And grease. Money, grease, and the other thing. All necessary here. I can use blood to increase or speed up the grease making speed. Struggle to get many other things, though. With the population being 8 billion, there are absolutely still more poors. Can we see the total remaining population? It just shows the doomsday timer, not the number. I would actually like that. It would be like from Plague Inc., where you can see the amount of people left in the world, and they're all in bleeding Madagascar. It says the pop. Okay, clearly I'm blind. Oh, yeah, it's right here. How did I miss that? I was busy looking here. Yeah, you're right. There are still 8.2 billion. Jake, please. Oh, come on now, Pepper. It's been ages since you've last streamed. Perhaps you've forgotten the feeling of what it's like to have your attention diverted. Perhaps you need to be reminded. Alright, 16,000. Then we get the automated gold and uranium. Not that it's a big deal just to bring that slider up to 25 or so each time. But I would love those jails to be more full. The problem is the goddamn grease. Blood capacity is no good. I'm not even filling up the blood capacity. Grease making speed can certainly be improved, but by God, do we need more executions. Execution speed can be increased with some yet more grease, but the problem is this stuff is fueled by money. Money and gold. How much gold until you can multi-jail again? Multi-jail is 1.6k, which we do have, and we will do. It increases the maximum size of the jail and it adds a multiplier on grabbing. It's just going from 1x to 2x is huge, 6x to 7x is not so huge, but seems to be working. Gives us the ash, gives us the dark glass. But I'm starting to think at this point we're going to need to look at prestiging. Although, do we really? What does prestiging even get us? It gets us a lump sum of gold, but we already make plenty of gold, so the question is, where do we go from here? Ah, of course, the answer is right in front of me. Use the iron, use the uranium, mass murder the populace using nukes. Alright, there we go. So we shouldn't touch our gold for a wee while, unless I want one more multiplier on the guillotines, which I do. We'll get this and we're saving up for... what about mega guillotine? Supercharge your jail gathering and guillotine processing. Extraction amount and capture amount. Oh, goes from 1 to 50. Why is this not what I've been doing? It's absolutely what I should be doing. Okay, that is priority uno, and we make plenty of gold, so we're getting on that. Glad we came to this understanding now. Please increase the ashes to ashes. That's not really what we need. What else was uranium good for, by the way? Nothing comes to mind, so maybe we should hold on to it for a little while. It's like a normal guillotine, but mega, yeah. How does a mega guillotine work? We'll see it in action when we have the... How much was it? 3.5 thousand gold. Please screech at me when we have that amount of gold at our beck and call. Increase the amount of mega guillotines we have. Give me more Manolo, please. It doesn't really solve the grease problem. I mean, where's my mega greaser? Currently all I can do is make a whole lot more of them. Suppose I could infinite up my my magnetic charges here. Just sell the pit, get the mega guillotine immediately. I don't like that startup phase where I have to manually do a bunch of different things. Although maybe with a lot of resource exchange will be fine. But look, we're getting the gold very quickly. No need to be impatient. You're old, slow, and sad, Pepper. But don't worry, we're all going that way. Just grabbing people off the street. And soon for every one grabber, we'll have 50. The question is, does that scale my gold at all? Kind of, because if there's a lot more people, there's a lot more ash into a lot more dark glass, and a lot more capacity for blood, which we can turn into more grease and magnet the gold out of. Yes, it all makes sense. So we're at the beck and call of the mega guillotine. I didn't say anything about being sad. How did you know? Could feel it. See it in the water and feel it in the air. Yeah, I'm satisfied with the gold coming in at the rate that it does. Yeah. I like this a lot. And now I can actually invest my iron in making ludicrously fast mining. More! I want more iron than I know what to do with. Only 1,000 people working down the mines, though. I think we could get bigger numbers in Frostpunk, so surely we can do better here. And I love the fact that 30% is compounding. Get in the mines. Okay, life is good. 1.4 thousand people digging up uranium for me, and the time is now. The mega guillotine is mine. What? We're bundling people up like hay bales. Oh, good. Very, very good. If you're wondering about the grabbing, that's just the same, or so it seems. Wow, now that's nice and inventive. You'd almost think a Finnish person made this game. Maybe they did. Whoa, really carves through the jail, doesn't it? But the money it makes! Oh, baby, that's good. All right. We need a bigger jail, like a considerably bigger jail. And we need to grab even more people, keep this thing flowing. I would love more cash out of this thing if it wants to shower me in money. But yeah, blood means greasy upgrades. Do this faster. Oh, right, we need blood capacity, don't we? It's alright, I can certainly fill that up. Excellent. That speeds up the greasing, and then more grease squeezing machines. Should mean that we have all the grease we need for automating our gold extraction. Very good. Is there a way to extract gold faster? Costs dark glass. That's fine by me. And of course, that comes out faster from uranium, which we mine and magnet out. And then I can still do this faster. Do I need it faster? Depends how fast this is going. Give me a bit of everything here. It's still very important to stay on top of the heat. With this vast amount of iron, I feel like we could roast a lot more people at once. Yeah, oh, Cribbins. Just takes 2 strikes to load it up, and then bajoonk. Well, the kills per second have certainly gone through the roof. 300 and... Okay, more than 300 per second. And yeah, we just empty the entire jail. Well, that's pretty good. Every time there's 6,000 people going down. Clearly, we need more. And for that, we need capacity. And for that, we need iron. More. More iron. Sorry, I meant a lot more iron. Yeah, the money is coming. But what is one best using money on? I think money to get more money seems like the right way forward. Capital economy and all that. Speed it up, and when I can, get me even more leveraging money out of this. Yeah, at this point, I think the dark glass into leveraging effects is better than the linear growth that we get right now. Although, obviously, both are best. And with the gold that we have flowing in, more guillotines, please. Instant loading of guillotines, mines, and nuke workers. In due time. Alright, even more guillotines, please. And then I think we need to capture more people, so I need to save up gold for the jails. But, it's a rather healthy amount of guillotining we're doing. Getting obfuscated, even partially censored by the rolling loads of dosh coming in. But I do like the money. The nuclear upgrade is going to cost me 7,500 gold, but the gold is rolling on in rather nicely. I suppose there's a good reason to invest further in this, but it costs dark glass. But we can sort that out as well, can't we? Yes, get greasy. Alright, so the money goes into the grease. I should increase blood capacity as well, so that the blood can be used to grease faster. And then the grease goes into the ashing, because we have no shortage of ash right now. And then the dark glass goes into getting me more gold, and the gold goes into building up our nuclear program. This is the last thing to unlock. Yeah, you probably mean this, right, instead of these things. But yeah, I think we save up the gold right now for the nukes. It shouldn't take more than a few minutes. We're sitting at 2,000 gold or so. Jail could always be larger, or full of more people, rather. Work on that. What a fun wee game. I don't normally gravitate towards incremental games. Like I said, there's a couple that I hold as the gold standard, and those would be Magical Research and Cauldron. But this is a pretty good entry. I mean, just better than Realm Grinder, right? Ugh. Not sure this is really worth the upgrade. But doing it faster is often worth it. Yeah, grease falling. Grease just doesn't scale like the other ones. You don't get a multiplier on it. You can only do it faster and with a linearly increasing amount of grease machines. So it ends up being quite a linchpin. It also competes with iron usage with everything and blood usage for most things. And money for a lot of things. But hey, we're greasing as hard as we can here. At least after a point, the greasing up has a very, very small impact. Because it's not minus 15% anymore, it's minus 15 after having been applied 10 times. So it wouldn't actually increase the capture speed by all that much. On the other hand, the mine capacity is compounding in a positive way for us, so get in my mines! Gosh, I'm struggling to employ all these people. Get in there! And give me more iron. So I can build a bigger mine. Yeah, so you see, mining is very different from greasing. Because mining feeds itself. You make the iron to expand the iron mine, to make more iron, to expand the iron mine. And iron is so infinitely useful. Just harvest the trading card game. Players more grease than you can possibly handle. No, we need to tap into the inherent powers of Discord moderators. Alright, if blood is full, that means that we can increase the greasing speed. I mean, greasing is slow normally, but we're certainly reaching diminishing return levels here. Whoa, okay, this is getting expensive. I'll take one more greasing machine, given how much we love them. I wonder if there's actually a limit to how many machines we can have. I wonder if I increase the resolution. Can I see more there? Nah, not really. I'm playing this in windowed mode, as you might well guess, as I do for most of my games. All right, getting real close to nuclear fallout time. 7.5k needed, 4.7k in our hands. Still need to improve that jail of mine. Let's speed it up. Barely getting any faster when I cover these handles in grease. What was that? Oh, right. We hit a milestone on killing 500,000 people dead. The influx of gold that we get from this is kind of irrelevant compared to what we harvest out of blood, but that's okay. Look at him go. So it goes from 0.75 seconds to 0.64 seconds capture time. Well, I said it's tiny, but that's still relevant. Those jails need to be filled up after all. Ugh. It's such a morbid fate. 50 people rolled up in a hay bale. And we have 19 guillotines. And we have 7 arrays of these 19 guillotines for 50 people each. Good heavens. And yet, you know, we've still not Chinese Civil Warred our way through the numbers here. Alright, well, I suppose that just calls for more guillotines. And more money out of more guillotines, please. 500,000 dead. That's an average war in China between 2 minor nobles. I think we're off by an order of magnitude, at least. Yeah, how do you get so many people to comply being rolled up into a hay bale like that? Well, I don't know. That's what my little grease-covered claw machines are to figure out. Speed up the dark matter stuff coming in. The dark glass, rather. Can't reasonably increase the resource yield of this, but the gold is flowing in rather nicely. In fact, one could say we've reached that milestone. It's time to go nuclear. How does this work? Well, fortunately, everything is automated and making us fat stacks of everything, so we should be easy enough to figure this one out. Send the workers. Okay. Aww. They're actually wandering around here, and what are they doing? Dying, it seems. Oh, they're actually walking over to my resource piles here to get them. Oh, that is so cool. Remember there used to be Wii applications to make little cartoon characters like wander around on your desktop. I think I crashed the family computer by trying out one of those. It was probably loaded with Trojans, but who cares? It was cool. I wonder what the modern equivalent to that is these days. It's probably some kind of VTuber garbage. But you know, it's inspiring me to go and check it out. So they go and grab the goods, but there's a limit on the workers I can send. So clearly we need to speed that up. Carry a lot more iron. Go a lot faster. Have tons more of you. Uranium will increase the refining chance by a lot more. Okay, very good. And then the bomb. Increase the size of the nuke, the fallout created, and the deaths that occur. Cost 500 uranium, and you keep eating my uranium. That's okay, though. We extract uranium from a lot of places, including the mine. Well, we're working on it. Get in there, workers. Not having a good day of it. The uranium is kind of reliant on getting that 10% roll, but that's okay. Ah, okay. Well, that just delayed the bomb, but that's okay. Increases the fallout. More deaths. But by how much, I wonder? Oh, I see. Oh, okay. It just went from 500,000 to 100 million deaths. Well, let's get those workers working. My problem here, of course, is that it's a bit slow. As in, I have to keep I keep having to hold this down for more workers. I wonder if there's a way to automate that. Well, I can make them carry more iron. That's good. I can make them considerably faster. That's also good. There's the instant load upgrade in the pit menu. Instantly load guillotines, mines, and nuke workers. Well, it's only 5,000 gold. We should definitely give it a go next. But well remembered, because I certainly didn't remember that. In the meantime, we can keep making this thing more deadly. Perhaps not. It looks like we're building the bomb casing first out of iron. I'm glad I've got a bajillion iron for this. Then I think we work on the oh, we can choose. I could... Oh, it's a false choice. I can't go for small nukes. But yeah, working on the case first, which is why they're going for iron and not uranium. I understand. Totally understand. Ah, right. So keep forgetting I need to send more workers here. And they need to be better. Be better, men. Is it absolutely just killing them all? I think we get some survivors. Some people live delivering. Don't know what's causing them to sometimes live and sometimes die, though. Increases the amount of workers that can work at one time by 26 compounding %. Alright, very good. More of you working then, please. 1.5 million, yeah, see, I knew money would be coming into this in a big way. Oh, big influx of gold. I wonder if it's just going to trivialize building the bomb if I had them instant load, but we'll do it anyway. 1% of people can resist the urge to play with a screwdriver. I know what he means. Alright. What happens if it's instant? Ah, it's a bit of an assault on the ears. Celebrate his efficiency. That sounds good. That really... That doesn't show it here anymore. What else was being instantly loaded anyway? I think the guillotine is meant to be one of them, but the guillotine's already plenty efficient. Well, I don't know what all these people are up to. Oh, I think... Yeah, that's it, that's it. What happens is at one press of this, it sends all the workers in. But that's okay, they're getting this done nice and quickly. It's doing that thing games sometimes do, where if they have multiple sound effects playing at the same time, it actually increases the volume of all of them. So don't worry, it's very, very loud for me as well. Come on, work faster, numbnuts. Ah, this is what it is, radiation. Still don't know what's causing these people to die so incredibly quickly. I just worry that this is going to cost a lot of uranium. Right, do it for me. 4% chance that we get a warhead unless I load more. Ah, and that's where potency comes in, right? Why don't we just go for 100%? I've got uranium to spare. I suppose one of the problems is I need 2 warheads, right? Ah, but you don't lose all of your uranium. Well, not a problem. Right, where's Tel Aviv? Are you sure you would like to launch a nuclear weapon? 100 million, where... Even if you found the most densely populated area, where in the world, or how much nukage are you going to need to do 100 million? I don't know. Not numbers I've had to run so far. Ah, peace for our time. Alright, not bad. I suppose my problem is that this isn't automated, and I would rather like it to be automated. Can we bomb Birmingham? Ah, you don't need to ask me even once. Yeah, this lacks automation kind of badly. And I don't want to be on this screen because it's so incredibly loud. Alright, maybe there's something that can help us out with that. Ah, here we go. Multiply the amount of deaths from fallout. Why does it say plus 5,000? Fallout level is elevated. It's killing 1,000 people every 10 seconds. Let's see what we can do about that. That does not sound like a good thing for humanity. Good thing I'm on the winning side, right? Yeah, the world doesn't have a lot of time left. Alright, well, let's keep that nuke going. Got to increase that fallout level. Work faster and harder. All the screens have been pretty good so far. I like the fact they're running back and forth. I don't like the sheer rate of their death and the screaming that they do. Worse than lemmings. Come on, you need to bring me more iron and faster. Is there a setting to turn down the side effects? Yeah, there is. I could also just get off the screen for a little bit. No, but there is this, though. Do you think it's ambient noise? No, I'm quite certain it's the other one. Yeah, the problem is it gets rid of all the noises, right? Yeah, because this stuff was pretty cool. Killing people is fun, but I don't like all the screaming they do. Pretty much. If I could just automate this and not be on the screen, that'd be fine as well. Okay, there we go. Get out of that, and then I suppose we can have this back on. Dunk. the death screams. Alright, I'm not afraid of spending loads of uranium, so just shove it all up and refine it. I need rather a lot of uranium to make the super bomb. But we're making it, so it's okay. Alright. Birmingham, you said, right? Okay, let's go. I don't know what distorted future there are 100 million people in Birmingham. Thinking about it, let's say you did square the nuke on Birmingham. And this nuke is going to kill 100 million people. And that does not include Fallout, because the Fallout is its own separate killing machine. So... I mean, what is there? Like, if you include all the British Isles, 70 million people? So this is definitely going to be going into northern France, Netherlands. It's just a win-win-win, right? Let's go. Yeah, all the UK and half of France. Alright, there we go. More Fallout. 2 million every 10 seconds dying off. Oh, I didn't realize this is a visual indicator of the Fallout deaths timer. I mean, that is horrifying. There's a lot of grim ways to go. Radiation Fallout's probably taking the biscuit. Right, so... cool as this is, I really can't stand the screeching noise of the workers. So get to work faster and just build me my big bomb. Speaking of big bomb... this went from 500,000 to 100 million. I can only assume that the big bomb does obscene amounts. But I don't have a good way to scale my uranium, do I? The output here only affects iron, although I can always shove more people into my mine. Not enough iron. I'll be the judge of that. More iron. Oh, but then we don't get to hear this tick, 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 tick noise. I bet Pepperan hates this. Uranium out of the blood scales to the Fallout level. That'd be very funny. Wait, maybe it does. It absolutely does. Oh my. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get more uranium out of the blood then. Tick, 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 tick. It's not a lot of uranium this is giving me. 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, occasionally 0.3. But whenever we get the windfall from the magneted blood, it was what exactly? 65. I think I'll do one more medium-sized bomb, and then that should buy me enough time to get the uranium for the next one. So the more you nuke them, the faster you can nuke them. Yeah, I like positive feedback loops. Almost getting to the point where I think I would benefit from ash efficiency. Maybe a couple more times. Enough grease to actually speed it up, which is nice, because heavens knows we have plenty of ash. Oh, it doesn't go any faster than this. No, I want to save up my uranium for something important. The gold is still here. Yes, there we go. More Fallout deaths. The jail is not a problem. How about the lightning rod? I'll get any low-hanging fruits here. Okay, well, we can kill everybody in jail again. Always good. Speeds up the kills, I suppose. More ash, more power, more good. And there's still more execution for more money, because more money, more workers for my nuke farm. Although I just went and spent it all, so I need to give it a bit of time to come back. Get to work, and don't bother me with the sound effects. Charming old layout. Could be refined, but it's nice and retro. Yeah, this, I believe, is what they were going for. That was what was mentioned on the store page. Can we even see the store page for a moment? I'm actually curious about the devilish mind behind such a game. Hang on, what's the best way to do that these days? I can go here. Thank you for defaulting to showing the world my friends list. I have no idea how to stop that setting. Guides, maybe? Yeah, guides says store page. I swear there used to be a store page link button here. Some individual called Pain. Oh, what a name. It's a short, active, incremental game about reducing the world's population from 8 billion to 0. Yes, but where's the finish elements? That's just showing all the stuff that we've seen here already. Not appropriate for all ages. May not be appropriate for viewing at work. So it may be appropriate for viewing at work. Okay. And here we go, yeah, on a cursed Windows 98 desktop. Developer, bus driver from Helsinki. Who could he mean? Alright, do I have the money to improve this? Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, get me out of there. I don't mind the screaming, I mind the fact that these sound effects get layered the way they do. Jailing? Yeah, more jailing. I don't think there's anything I need my money for right now. The Fallout multiplier doesn't leverage in the same way that just adding more Fallout would at this point. Although if I find myself with a spare $5,000 dues, we can certainly go for it. Alright, one more. Oh my gosh, we're actually really close to Big Bomb. Yeah, Big Bomb. Big Bomb. Oh no, we can't change it anymore. Alright, we'll have to do one more. Refine that uranium. Give me my 235 or whatever it is. Alright, we've done Tel Aviv, we've done Birmingham. Where is next? Where's the most reasonable place to nuke? Should be somewhere in America, right? Oh, it's got to be San Francisco. Go. Are you sure? Oh, I've never been more sure. Don't worry, Alpha Gamma. You'll never have to go to another conference there ever again. Birmingham again, just to be sure. Alright, so the whole world is a bit hazardous right now. 4.5 million people are dying every 10 seconds to Fallout. Time until the world end isn't really going down fast enough, though. It's still... What is that? Seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, years. 17 years? Come on, I want to die faster than that. The time has come for the large nuke. 1.5 billion must die. Goes from needing 8,500 iron to 50,000 iron, but I reckon it's worth it. Get to more work. Ah, Christ, that's screaming. According to the store page, the game comes out in 3 days. How did you get a copy early? I just got an email saying, hey, we're... What was the title? You know, I can bring up my emails right now and check. Hopefully it doesn't show up on screen. The last thing I want to do is dox myself like that. What did it say? I get a lot of emails about games, and I don't ignore them. I read most of them, but I don't bother with them because it's always like sponsored content. You want to do this, that, and the next, and I really don't want to do sponsored content unless it's something I really believe in, and that hasn't happened yet. Yeah, so the title was a key for a game about killing everyone on Earth, and bearing in mind that I read this when I was really annoyed with the Naval being broken in EU5, I could really do with that. Here's my upcoming incremental game. You eliminate humanity using nukes, guillotines, and other gruesome, mean... Yeah, I didn't even read that far. I just read the title, and that was enough for me. Anyway, I'm happy with what I've got here. I would like to execute more, but I need this money to improve my nuke building capacity here. Work faster. Work faster is all I can get here. Uranium will increase refinery chance by more is really, really irrelevant, so just get to work. Or actually, what we could do is stay here and then just get rid of that horrific sound and then just watch them get to work. Number go up. Actually, I could also get even more uranium by mining even more. Yeah. 8,000 people working in my mines for me. Yeah, better UI than EU5. Clearer, easier to use. There's no tabs within tabs within tabs. Timer is lying, it's ticking down minutes at a time. If you start a new pit, it would update properly. Yeah, you're right about that. It's not actually properly updating for the rate, is it? Or maybe it's averaging over too long a period. Certainly does look like a Windows Vista file transfer timer, doesn't it? Anyway, we'll see what the game has to say when we have developed our next bomb. So Tel Aviv is down, Birmingham is down, San Francisco's down. Where's the most worthy target for this next one? Vijayanagar? Paris? Moscow? Delhi? So many tantalizing targets. I think Delhi is quite right. I mean, we've finally developed one that can take out all of India in one shot. So, you know, why don't we put our money where our mouth is? Toronto? What a waste. You don't really need to nuke anything more than 100 miles from the US border. And given the tonnage on these things, maybe you should aim it a bit further south than that. Delhi, Dubai. That's the second time I've seen Rio. Grimsby's close enough to Birmingham. This one go for Delhi. There was actually a game where, and it was a pretty old game, where you would rule a country in the world and you could do things like nuke other countries that would have huge knock-on effects. I never played it. I can't remember its bleeding name. I wanted to play it, but again, couldn't remember the name. Alright, no more screeching happening now. We can turn this back up. And let's load it up. They're really, really cheap. I don't see why you would go for anything low chance based. Maybe if you didn't have a good uranium program, but you know what? I have an excellent uranium program. Powered by children in the mines. DEFCON by Introversion. That was a fun one, really. I can take your word for it. Was it Sovereign? Again, I don't know. I really don't know. Right. Goodbye, Delhi. Oh, Lord. Gives you a different perspective. Oh, we should try the small nuke then. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm quite sure. Alright, so... it's not countries we're taking out anymore. It's freaking continents. That kind of tonnage would have to have some kind of actual planet scale effect. Well, I mean... like planet orbit effect. The lethal fallout in the world is now killing 8.25 million every 10 seconds. I'm not really sure the world is going to last all that much longer. I want to see what a small nuke is like. Oh, baby. Ow. My ears. Let's get off of that for a second and then make the warhead. Is that France? It looked like France. No, we're not playing Moray today. I'd like to, but game doesn't want me to. Alright, so this is just taking out more like downtown in a city, not even an entire proper megalopolis. So this is more like something we've stuffed in the back of a van. Yeah, see, there'd be survivors there. Frankly, too many of them. Large nuke is, of course, the way forward then. Ow. Yeah, gonna have to mute the SFX again. So what happens when you get the fallout level to 1000 then? At this rate, you can carry more iron and you can work faster for me. I do think it's really cool how they're walking back and forth to gather the goods here. What was the first game I ever remember doing that? The original Battletoads on the NES. There was an enemy that would go up into your UI bar and steal your health from there. You'd have to wallop him before he goes off screen. And then, of course, there was the original Super Mario Brothers. Going up over a level, jumping around in your UI was pretty cool too. Couldn't affect it though. Very recently, Void Stranger. You can go and teleport blocks around your UI and then change your live number, your floor number. That game was amazing. Should do New Zealand. What's New Zealand ever done to anybody? Nothing. And they gave us Lord of the Rings. Those films are pretty good. The books, I wouldn't know. I stopped reading books after Charles Dickens. Nice of the births per second scale with a total pop. Yeah, so somebody asked if the births per second were going to drop as we kill people. And the answer is absolutely. It's gone down by a quarter. Used to be 4 births a second, now there are only 3. The population, funnily enough, has also gone down by a quarter. Although I imagine breeding gets a little bit more difficult when the world is full of lethal levels of fallout. 9 million people dying every 10 seconds. Now we've well and truly eclipsed Chinese Civil War here. Well, you know what? Why don't we just load up this bomb to remove any chance of Chinese civil war? And we can get rid of the screeching now, temporarily. Need to spare somewhere in China, though. It's part of my journey when I go over to Asia. Oh, no. You can stop up in Istanbul to go all the way to Japan, at least. Oh, what if we remove Istanbul? Anyway, let's get launching. Now we're going to get richly rewarded with more gold, Your Majesty. Maybe there's an achievement for doing this game without relying on nukes at all. But yeah, not a whole lot left in the world now. Now that we've halved the population. But yeah, this does seem like the way forward for it. The problem with the gold is, what can you really do with more gold at this moment? The jail can be bigger, the guillotines can be more. Actually, I think the Fallout multiplier is worth it now. Extinction levels of Fallout. Well, more gold, we could do even more of that. That is a lot of people dying every 10 seconds. But it doesn't eclipse dropping even more nukes now, does it? No, it certainly doesn't. So let's get them back in there. Carry more, work faster, work carrying more. Current max 239. It's got to be the carry capacity, right? The gold is to hoard in your bunker once you're the last man on Earth. Literally bury me with my gold. Also, bury me with the inert uranium, please. It's got to be useful for something. Best material for making blunt weapons in RimWorld, I believe. Is that true? Yeah, it is true. Because whenever I need to have a fight to the death between two people that I have captured, I give them masterwork uranium hammer things, war hammers. Yeah, in vanilla RimWorld, but I only want quality of life mods in that game. It doesn't have loads of calories. Yeah, it does. It's not calories that we can process as a human, but there is certainly calories in there. Go on, build my bomb. A couple more of these and there won't be much of a world left to nuke. Haven't really struck anywhere in Africa. Where's the most population in Africa these days? They're all down in the likes of Nigeria, if all the Nigerians I've met are anything to go by. There are plenty of those up in Greater Aberdeen. In Cape Town? No, that's still too soon to bring up Cape Town. Oh, so that failed and it didn't lose me all my uranium. Ooh, very lucky. Alright, off we go. Ah, fair enough. Cape Town. Off you trot. Don't know what 1.5 billion people are doing in Cape Town. Maybe running away from all of the fallout. How many people were that blind? Probably rather a lot of them. But yeah, births, not so many anymore. People, not so many anymore. Have you played XCOM, Jake? No, but I played Xenonauts, and I couldn't save Cape Town, so Cape Town got nuked. Alright, so one more of these and we'll be more or less victorious. What's weird, though, is that the radiation kills are steady. You'd think as there are fewer people, radiation would kill off fewer. I wonder if this still leverages up. If I were to multiply this yet further, well, I can't, I suppose. Gold is a limiting factor at this point. You'd think finding enough people to capture and grate down in my guillotines would be a factor as well, but no. Alright, well, nukes it is. And what are we thinking? Capacity? Yeah, get me more workers. More workers, more better. Actually, we've maxed out on the workers now. Traders muster absolute secret removals as you remove 15,000 people constantly and have killed 5 billion folk. 15,000 constantly? Where are you getting that number from? I'm looking at 25 million constantly. The Reapers, they've denied his claim victory. Yeah, the babies that people are having cannot be healthy at this point. Oh, in the jail cell, yeah, of course, of course. Actually, where are those little messages, right? I swear on one of the screens you get something scrolling up top about people whispering about what you're up to, but I don't know when and where it pops up. The mind boggles. You know what? What the hell? Let's do this anyway. What a waste, though. You spend so much dark glass on getting a 5% uranium boost. Uranium is not difficult to come by. But now I miss the sound effects. Come on, I want to see a failure one. Yeah, there we go. I love these little animations. It's like I've downloaded a nice little Russian crack. And yet the money still flows in. From where? Would I like to kill another 1.5 billion? Yeah, of course. I've been instructed to kill the whole world. Don't want to half-arse my job. Now, one more large nuke would do it, but I'm interested in doing a... 205 million... Kind of want to let it tick down on its own. But I also don't want to hear this noise. So what if we do some smaller ones, and then bring it down, and then just let it tick down a bit? That seems appealing to me. Plus, a medium nuke is very, very quick to get done. By now, you'd think there wouldn't be that many people in one place. No, absolutely not. We're at Spira levels of people hiding from sin. Now we need a bit of blitzball to keep people happy. Prestige at 100 million left? Nah, we'll just avoid dropping any large nukes. 2, maybe 3 of these medium nukes should take care of everything. Is it Besaid Village time? What a waste a nuke would be on Besaid Village. Yeah, how about sending 2 people with guns? That'll take care of them. Or just one guy with a particularly pointy stick. Yeah, man, I love Final Fantasy X. My favorite Final Fantasy. JRPG gameplay is absolute brain rot, so it might as well be a game with other good things, good visuals, good characters, good story, excellent music. Very good challenge. Oh man, penance. Fallout kills 150 million a minute. Just wait a couple of minutes. Yeah, I think at this point it's actually dangerous to launch another nuke. Well, another medium nuke at least. Look at that, we can get one of these things ready in no time. Although it barely does anything, right? It kills 500,000, but we kill 25 million every 10 seconds. Send one, I'll bet. Tell him all the stuff Waka said. Boom. Like big happy fireworks, right? Reckon we've got it. Alright, let's crank up the volume. No need for any more nukes. What's your favorite way of killing people in this game then, chat? That's not really killing people, that's using their ashes, so that's bound to be good, although I don't know what kind of glass you make out of ashes. Although in terms of actual killing, we don't have a lot of ways for it, is there? There's guillotining them, which has become, frankly, a little bit impersonal at this point. They're already dead when we mush them into grease. We kill them in the mines, either by uranium exposure or accidental death, and... oh! Can I say no? Well, I'm not really sure I'd want to live on an extinction level Fallout Earth, but yeah, sure, why not? It was me all along. At least I get to die looking at my mountain of money. Oh, fantastic. There we go. See, be ambitious, as they tell us to do in Europa Universalis. You too could end the entire world in under 3 hours. And then boom, game's all gone. and I get literal achievements. Excellent. Okay, seems like this is all there is to this. I am definitely keen to get back to some Europa Universalis, but I hope to God they fix the naval bugs soon enough. Failing that, I'll have to find something else. Maybe finally get around to that long play, but that appears to be it for today. So cheers to the Payne Robinson behind this game. It was pretty good. It's out in a few days. And until I'm back with more, it's a cheerio.